Introductions have been introduced, the anthem has been sung, and we are getting ready to play roller derby right now. First, we have put out 10 skaters out on the track. 8 of them are blockers, 2 of them are jammers. 1 jammer a team. They're the skaters with these stars on their helmets. They are the point scorers. Our jammers for our first jam of our first bout. Jody Pfister jamming for the Ypsilanti Vigilantes. Oprah Sprinfree jamming for Oakland County Supersonics. That whistle is the start of the bout. Oprah Sprinfree making a run for it. The outside line clears the path. Even before turn 1. First lead jammer of our first game of our doubleheader going to the Supersonics. Oprah Sprinfree. Pack now slowly making its way around turn 2. Jody Pfister clears the pack as well. That means her initial pass is taken care of. As Oprah putting her hands on her hips and calling off the jam. That is the strategic advantage the lead jammer does get. The jam has been stopped, and the points are going to be going on the board for Oakland. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 points for the ladies in green, the home team. Those 4 points are brought to you by our gold sponsor, the Wood Shop. A handcrafted wood fire joint. The Wood Shop also sponsoring our penalty box, which tonight is called the Smoke Pit. If I say the Smoke Pit, I mean the penalty box. If I say the penalty box, I mean the Smoke Pit. And right now we got a new jam underway with Grace Lennon trying to bully her way right through the middle of that. She does so. Lead jammer 2 for 2 going to Oakland's Supersonics. Sonic Boom trying to make some headway through the pack for the Vigilantes. Clears around Gypsy Danger, gets through her initial pass. As Grace Lennon clears through the outside of the pack, puts her hands on her hips and calls off the jam. That's going to be another quick 4 points for the Supersonics. New jam getting ready to go with Trauma Queen jam for the Vigilantes. Ankle Biter jamming for the Supersonics. Looks like due to a malfunction with the scoreboard, we are going to be taking an official timeout, as called by our scoreboard operators asking for that timeout. This official timeout brought to you by Work It Personal Training. Leave your excuses at the door. Work It Personal Training, one of the great silver sponsors for the Oakland County Roller Derby. If you're interested in sponsoring a Derby Girl or sponsoring the league, you can. Check out our website for more information, including a la carte options, program ad info, and more. We have very affordable options. Check us out at oaklandcountyrollerderby.com. And thank you to Work It Personal Training for being one of those great silver sponsors. Again, leave your excuses at the door. Just do it. Work It Personal Training, located in Clarkston. So as you heard from Greg earlier, our 50-50 draw is going to be in support of disaster relief at work. There's a lot of great information about them on the back of the program. You need to find out more. It's a great organization that Oakland County Roller Derby is very proud to be in support of. So thank you very much to Disaster Relief at Work for being here tonight. I hope we can earn you lots of money. Right now, the scoreboard does say Vigilantes 0, Supersonics 8, and it is frozen at 27 minutes, 42 seconds. That is the time on the first period. And we have a 15-minute halftime in between, and then a second 30-minute long period as well. Roller derby goes 2 30-minute periods. Jams, as you can see, can go up to 2 minutes long, but they often are shorter as per the strategic advantage of the lead jammer. They can call the jam short and stop it earlier than the 2 minutes that it is allowed to be. The advantage of shortening the jam would be to prevent the opposing team from scoring points. Sometimes league jammers choose not to do it. There could be a variety of reasons, such as trying to kill penalty time for skaters having to sit down in the smoke pit, or maybe just to wear out the other team. Now, while you do have 30 minutes in each period, sometimes those periods go a little longer than 30 minutes, because as the period ticks down, if there's less than 30 seconds remaining, the scoreboard will be stopped by a timeout, potentially, if the team chooses to do so. And you'll play through the entire jam if they choose to do so. So that could be up to 2 minutes beyond the scoreboard time. And it looks like our head referee is having a discussion with the coaches from each team. Just let them know what's up and what's up. So it does appear that we have an issue with the time on the scoreboard. We'll be actually following the time set out by our jam timer in the track. Hopefully it's reflected at least somewhat accurately by the scoreboard time. But our jam timer up there that is signifying the start of the new jam right now. And that jam is starting with 2 jammers on the track. Trauma Queen jamming for Ypsilanti Vigilantes. Ankle biter jamming for Supersonics. Ankle biter drop hard at the inside of the track. Going around turn 2. And a lead jammer is going to be up to Trauma Queen of the Ypsilanti Vigilantes as both jammers do clear their initial pass. Making a stand just after turn 2. And both jammers coming in hot. Back slowly, creeping its way towards turn 3. Trauma Queen come off the jam. It is going to be 3 points for the Ypsilanti Vigilantes and 2 points for the Supersonics. As the Sonics get to the double-digit mark and the Vigilantes get their first points on the board. Vigilantes 4, Supersonics 10. Just about 27 minutes remaining in the first period. New jam is going to be getting underway. Oprah Sprinfree back on the jam line after jamming in the first jam. And Chunky Cussin Monkey, the hardest name I have to pronounce tonight, out there jamming for the Vigilantes. Oprah making a move for it. She's able to strike off a hit from number 5, 3 upset. Clears through the pack and getting a lead jammer for the Supersonics. That is 2 for 2 for Oprah Sprinfree. Pat now making its way around turn 3 into turn 4. As Chunky Cussin Monkey's got a 4-wall in front of her. Slowing her right down, triangle defense is not going to let her through. And that is a grand slam for Oprah Sprinfree. Our first grand slam of the night. Grand slam in roller derby is 5 points, 1 for each opposing blocker and the opposing jammer. And a hard takedown at turn 2. Seen a lot of action happening there at turn 2. It's going to be more points going on the board. Looks like it's going to be 3 for the Vigilantes, 1 for Oprah. So far, our highest scoring jam as the Supersonics able to get 6 points that time around. And we do have a team timeout being called by the Vigilantes. And as the coaches and captains have come up to the middle of the track, it has turned from a team timeout from the Vigilantes into an official challenge. Each team is afforded 1 challenge per period. However, if that challenge goes the way of the team, they are afforded a second challenge. So potentially each team could have 2 challenges per period. This challenge brought to you by another great silver sponsor of Oakland County Roller Derby, Dino's of Ferndale. Upscale, but not uptight. They have an awesome banner on the DJ booth just over there under the clock. You can read all about Dino's of Ferndale. They're at 22740 Woodward Ave in fashionable Ferndale. Very nice place if you happen to be going out that way. Thank you, Minos, for being one of our great silver sponsors. Now each team does get 3 timeouts per game. Those timeouts are 1 minute long. However, like I mentioned earlier, they are afforded 1 official review. That can go longer than 1 minute, depending on the discussion being taken place by our skating officials. And in the meantime, the clock is frozen at 25:55. The Vigilantes at 7, Supersonics at 16. We'll see if there's a correction or a change in that after this official review. Though once points are awarded, they are not taken away. However, I have seen official reviews add points and remove penalties or add penalties. So we'll see the outcome of that hopefully reasonably soon. It looks like no change, so the Vigilantes have not retained their official challenge. New jam getting underway. Vigilantes having Jody Pfister. Jamming up. Jamming for the first time is 7'8'9" Nita Kuchapa. Running right to the middle. But both jammers are through. Jody Pfister with the lead jammer status. But Nita straight on her skates as both jammers coming hot to the pack at turn 2. Collision sees Jody find the floor, but we see no points for either jammer, being held at 7 for the Vigilantes, 16 for the Supersonics. And a quick jam, and still, so far a very clean game, but we do have our first skater in the smoke pit. Means we do have a 1 blocker advantage for the Vigilante, for the Supersonics. .817 Grace Lightning jamming for the Supersonics. Grace Lightning pushed to the inside on turn 2. She reconfigures as Sonic Boom now got 2 to beat, forward on the pack. As the Sonics lose their first skater to the smoke pit tonight. Sonic Boom still pushing up against Gypsy Danger, a triangle defense, forward on the pack. As Grace Lightning at the rear of the pack behind a hero. And no pack call means they gotta let those skaters go. Do not engage the jammers during no pack. And that lets Sonic Boom through her initial pass, now eligible to score. She's a lead jammer, as Grace Lightning also clears her initial pass. Sonic Boom putting the hands in. She's coming off the jam, but she is grabbing points. But it is going to be 2 points for Grace Lightning as well. And it looks like a 3-pointer for the Vigilantes. That's taking the Vigilantes to 11, Supersonics at 18. But the Vigilantes have 2 skaters have to sit down in the smoke pit. As the Supersonics have 1 standing. Standing in the smoke pit means less than 10 seconds remaining in penalty time. New jam underway with Trauma Queen jam for the Vigilantes. And Upper Spinfree jamming for the Supersonics. Trauma Queen does clear through first. Lead jammer going to the Vigilantes. Upper Spinfree cleared her initial pass as well. And making a move on the inside. Upper clear the back first for a quick 4 points. Trauma Queen also cleared over 4 on her own. As the pack making a stand at turn 4. Nobody there to stop Upper Spinfree. She clears right through untouched. Trauma Queen got a little hard up. Both jammers do clear through the back clean. 4 points apiece. Ultra gets to the back of the pack once again. But Trauma Queen calls off the jam. That time around goes apiece for each team, taking a change on the scoreboard when it updates. There we go. 19 for the Vigilantes, 27 for the Supersonics, with just about 22 and a half minutes remaining in the first period. And 1 in the smoke pit for the Supersonics. New jam just about getting ready to go. It is going to be Chunky Custom Monkey for the Vigilantes. And Robin. My mistake, that is going to be Nita Kachapa jamming for the Supersonics. Nita cleared through the pack. Fast. Gets that lead jammer status as the pack slowly creeping on the outside straightaway towards the green. Collision in the pack means there's going to be a penalty call on the Vigilantes. As Nita's got 1 to beat, she gets around 7 challenge. That is going to be a grand slam for the Supersonics. Nita Kachapa. And a track cut on Chunky Custom Monkey. Which is now a power jam for Nita Kachapa, the only scorer on the track. As Chunky Custom Monkey going to have 30 seconds of sit-down time in the smoke pit. The pack making a stand just around the original starting position. As Nita Kachapa's got 1 again, gets around upset. And that is going to be another grand slam. So far, unofficially the highest scoring jam for the Supersonics. And as that jam gets called off, Vigilantes at 19, Supersonics 27, but the Sonics starting this jam with a power start as Chunky Custom Monkey is in the smoke pit. She's standing, however, that means she's got less than 10 seconds remaining of penalty time. Ankle biter, the only jammer now on the track, but we do have a full complement of blockers out there from both teams. And Chunky Custom Monkey, who comes out of the smoke pit, comes back on the track and is the first jammer to legally clear through the pack. And she's being awarded that lead jammer status. Pack still hanging around turn 1 to turn 2. It's a formidable 4-wall from the Sonics, slowing her down. In fact, push the Chunky Custom Monkey off the track and forcing her to recycle to the rear of the pack. Chunky trying to make some headway through the pack, but she decides to take some points and call off the jam. It's going to be a 3-fer for the Vigilantes. And as Ankle Biter is standing in the smoke pit, that means she's got less than 10 seconds remaining. But Jody Pfister out there on the track, the only jammer out there right now on the track for the Vigilantes. Sonics also losing Spockatuya from Elegant Event Designs to the smoke pit. She's having a sit down. As Jody Pfister trying to make some headway, she gets connected hard once and twice. A double tap from Ryan Moxley. Jody Pfister all around there on the track. And in fact, Jody Pfister coming back in just a little too aggressively. Gets a track cut penalty, and she's on her way to the smoke pit to have a sit down. But so does Ankle Biter, who comes back on the track and gets an immediate track cut as well. She's sent to the smoke pit. 1 jammer in, and then another jammer to join her. Now jammers, when they both go to the penalty box, smoke pit as it were, they only have to serve the same amount of time that the first one served. Because we do try to have a jammer on the track as much as possible. Jody Pfister cleared through the pack. Her initial pass, I believe. And Ankle Biter back on the track. Connects hard. And Upset gets a penalty for the connection with a forearm. She goes down and sits down in the smoke pit as we have a very penalty-heavy jam. As Ankle Biter does clear through her scoring run, 4 points for the Supersonics. As Jody Pfister forced to recycle all the way to turn 1 from the outside straightaway. Ankle Biter scooping around the outside of the track. Nobody there to stop her. It's like a grand slam for Ankle Biter of the Supersonics. As the Sonics lose spot 2 from an elegant events design. And the Blue Men are also getting a penalty going to the smoke pit. A very penalty heavy jam. Jody Pfister running through the back end. A grand slam for the Vigilantes. As the jam has to go its full 2 minutes. As both jammers got penalties. There is no lead jammer. Another quick grand slam for both jammers. Jody Pfister first, followed by ankle biter. And long jam goes long. Lots of points, lots of penalties. But at the end of it, 2 skaters from the Supersonics still sitting down in the smoke pit. Vigilantes at 22, Supersonics at 42. It's a 20-point bout with just about 17 minutes remaining in the first period. Those 17 minutes are brought to you by Gordon Chiropractic. Gordon Chiropractic sees new patients the same day. Check them out at GordonDC.com. And with that, we have a official timeout as our referees are having a quick discussion about something out there on the track. This official timeout brought to you by our newest silver sponsor, Collie Performance Automotive. They're an automobile dealership that handles much more than your typical store. Collie is your ultimate automotive destination. Service, collision repair, and detailing, and much more. Collie Performance Automotive, one of our great silver sponsors for Oakland County Road Rally. It looks like my referees are just running over the score, make sure that the scoreboard and time are as accurate as possible. It looks like we do have a score correction. Vigilantes at 32, Supersonics at 51. Now a 19-point game with 16 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the first period. That whistle means we're going to be getting ready to go. We got 2 new jammers out on the track. It is going to be Sonic Boom jamming for the Vigilantes and Nita Kachapa jamming for the Supersonics. It starts out with a 2-blocker advantage for the Vigilantes. Nita pushes the inside of the track by Skip Mel as Sonic Boom is able to go forward and gets through the pack. Lead jammer goes to the Vigilantes, Sonic Boom. Pack now making his way around turn 2 into the outside straightaway. Nita Kachapa got 2 to beat, turns into 1. She's able to shrug off a hit from Skip Mel. She clears her initial pass, but Sonic Boom getting around for a scoring pass. At turn 4, putting hands on her hips. It is going to be a quick 4 points for the Vigilantes. Chipping away at the Supersonics lead, this time 4 points at a time. Vigilantes now at 36, Supersonics at 51. Just under 16 minutes remaining in the first period. Nobody having to sit down in the smoke pit means we've got 5-on-5 out there on the track. Drama Queen jamming for the Vigilantes. Grace Lightning jamming for the Supersonics. Grace Lightning trying to push around, sing a challenge, and does so on the outside of the pack. Clear through, new jammer going to Grace Lightning of Oakland County Supersonics. It looks like a penalty being called on ankle biter. She's going to have to sit down in the smoke pit as Drama Queen does clear initial pass. Cinnamon Challenge not wanting to let Grace Lightning go through untouched, but shoulders together. Slows her down but doesn't stop her. It's a quick 4 points for the Sonics as Grace Lightning calls off the jam. New jam going to be getting underway, but the Sonics do have 1 player having to sit down in the smoke pit. Means it now going to be a 1-blocker advantage. And as I say, a late jam call sends the big Lebrowski to the smoke pit, have a sit down. So no advantage, but each team having 1 blocker in the box. Over spin free jamming for the Sonics. Going right through the middle, clear through the pack. Lead jammer going to the Supersonics. Chunky Custom Monkey got one knee forward, and she's being pushed to the outside, and Tunabee pushes her right off the track. She's being forced to recycle to the rear of the pack, but a quick grand slam by Otis Finfrey and hands to hips. She takes her 5 points and calls off the jam. Those quick 5 points brought to you by People's First Bankruptcy. Everyone deserves to be debt-free. You can call People's First Bankruptcy at 248-955-3803. New jam getting ready to go with a busy smoke pit. The 2 jammers still out there on the track. Jody Pfister for the Vigilantes. Nina Kachapa for the Sonics. Nina going forward to the beat, but they're not in a position to stop her for long. Nina Kachapa clears through the back. Lead jammer going to Oakland. Jody Pfister now with 2 to beat. She's getting pushed around and ticking down at the top of turn 3. Now making a run for her on the inside. She's trying to get around 1, and she does so. She clears through the pack after getting around the rock of Knox City. Quick 4 points for Nina Kachapa and hands to the hips. Calls off the jam. Shutting down Jody Pfister this time around. Leading the Vigilantes at 36. Supersonics at 64. Just about 12 and a half minutes remaining in the first period. New jam going to be getting underway with a 1 blocker advantage for the Vigilantes. Gypsy Danger having a sit down in the smoke pit. Sonic Boom jamming for the Vigilantes. Grace Lightning jamming for the Supersonics. On the outside as Sonic Boom goes inside. Nobody there can hold her back. Lead jammer going to Sonic Boom. Grace Lightning does clear through her initial pass on the outside straightaway as the pack now making a stand for it. The Sonics defensive ball at the rear. Grace comes in hot. And it is going to be a penalty on Grace Lightning at the rear of the pack. Coming in, looked like she's just a little too hard. And she's going to the smoke pit, having a sit down. That means Jody Pfister, the jammer for the Vigilantes, the only jammer on the track, starting out with a power start for the Vigilantes. Also a 1 blocker advantage for the Vigilantes as Fast Jam did not clear Gypsy Danger out of the smoke pit. Jody Pfister going forward, gets taken down by the triangle defense of the Sonics. Trying to push her on the outside, get her on number 47 slammer. 1 beat, and Jody Pfister does clear through the pack. Lead jammer going to the Ypsilanti Vigilantes. Penalty trouble for both teams. Sees Skim Milk going to have a sit down in the smoke pit as she joins the Glutinator as well in the smoke pit. Jody Pfister clearing around Gypsy Danger, forward of the pack for a grand slam. 5 points for the Vigilantes. Pack still hanging out just after turn 2. And a solid connection on Jody Pfister. Sees her finding the floor as Grace Lightning gets back on the track and through her initial pass. Gypsy Danger pushes Jody Pfister off the track. She puts hands to hips and she is taking up 3 final points before the jam is complete. And that puts our scoreboard to 44 for the Vigilantes, 64 for the Sonics with just under 10 minutes. This 20-point differential is brought to you by the Wood Shop, a handcrafted wood-fired joint in Clarkston. Both teams with 1 blocker in the box means it's null advantage. But we'll see if these jammers can make something of it. Trauma Queen jamming for the Vigilantes does clear through the pack first. She does so going around the outside, but Biscuits are crazy. Jamming for the Sonics clears her initial pass as well. Pack creeping its way around the outside straightaway towards turn 3. As Trauma Queen comes in, she shrugs off a hit, puts hands to hips, calls off the jam. It looks like it is going to be 2 points for the Vigilantes and a shutdown for the Sonics this time around. Jam does clear out the smoke pit, means we do have 5-on-5 once again on the track. Just about 9 minutes remaining in the first period. 46 for the Vigilantes, 64 for the Sonics. Sonic Boom jamming for the Vigilantes. And Nita Kachapa jamming for the Sonics. Nita able to push around, goes forward to the beat as the pack is starting to spread out. She does get that lead jammer status. Remember, roller derby is not who gets through the back first. It's getting your hips in front of the opposing blockers. Once you do that for the entire team, you get that lead jammer status, even if you get passed by a player. Nita Kachapa making a move on the inside, gets right through the pack and collecting a grand slam. 5 points for the Sonics. Sonic Boom getting through the pack. And making clear her initial pass. Nita Kachapa won the beat for the pack. Gets around Ivy Torture. And puts hands to hips as Sonic Boom takes a hard hit. Drop to the inside, that hard hit. Looks like it's going to result in a low block penalty for number 40. Southern Slammer going to have a sit down in the smoke pit. It is now a 1 blocker advantage for the Vigilantes. Vigilantes putting out Chunky Custom Monkey up against the Sonics Oprah Sprint Feed. Vigilantes at 46, Sonics at 73. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the first period. Oprah trying to make a move. She's stuck right behind Skim Milk. Last defender. And a hippity hop on the inside. She's Oprah getting through. Lead jammer on the Sonics. But hot on her skates. Chunky Cooks and Monkey right there with her. Going to be putting the pressure on as both teams line up their defenders right before turn 3. Oprah coming in hot. Going right around the outside. Got a quick 4 points. Calls off the jam and shuts down Chunky Custom Monkey. Fast jam does not clear up the smoke pit, however, and that means there's still a 1 blocker advantage for the Vigilantes. Vigilantes putting out Jody Pfister. Up against the Sonics ankle biter. Jody Pfister going forward. She has 2 to beat, turns into 1 left to go. And Gypsy Danger getting all over her, slowing her right down forward in the pack. Does not want to let her go. And pushes her off the track at turn 3. Gets an out of play penalty for it. She's going to have a sit down in the penalty box in the smoke pit as it were. Joined Ivy Torture. But Jody Pfister does clear her initial pass. Lead jammer. Jody Pfister and the Vigilantes. Ankle biter clear the pack at turn 2. Clears her initial pass as well. Jody Pfister feeling the pressure. Puts hands in. Curls off the jam. And takes a quick 4 points back to the bench for the Vigilantes.
Nice speed, Gypsy!
Right now, Vigilantes at 50, Supersonics at 77. Each team with 1 blocker having to sit down in the penalty in his smoke pit. No advantage there. We'll see if the jammers are able to take advantage of it. Nita Kachapa jamming for the Sonics up against Sonic Boom jamming for the Vigilantes. Both jammers going forward, but it is going to be Nita Kachapa who gets through the pack first. Lead jammer going to the Supersonics. Hot on her skates, Sonic Boom putting the pressure on. Anita deciding to call off the jam. Quick jam does free the Ypsilanti's blocker from the smoke pit, but does not quite get Gypsy Danger out of the smoke pit. She's still standing, and she's got less than 10 seconds remaining. As the Vigilantes are at 50, Sonics at 77, with just under 5 minutes remaining. Drama Queen jamming for the Vigilantes. Grace Lightning jamming for the Supersonics. Drama Queen making a run on the outside. Immediately gets engaged by a 2-wall. And then connected hard on the inside of the track. She finds the floor and has to recycle to the rear of the pack. In the meantime, able to take advantage of the collision. Clears through the back. Lead jammer going to the Supersonics. Triangle defense slows up Trauma Queen as she finds the floor. 2 to beat, but Grace Lightning cuts the track. She goes to the smoke pit, going to have a sit down. It's now a power jam for Trauma Queen of the Vigilantes. Vigilantes trying to break a hole from the 3-wall of Sonic defenders. Successfully, Trauma Queen bursting through, grabbing a grand slam, 5 points for the Vigilantes. That's 1 point for each and every opposing blocker and the jammer. Trauma Queen pushing inside by Gypsy Danger. And Gypsy Danger dragging her all the way back to the 4th turn. As the jammer pushed out, has to return to play behind the skater that pushed him out. A grand slam, 5 points for Trauma Queen. But she had to work for it. Strong defense there by Gypsy Danger of the Sonics. Power jam comes to its conclusion as Grace Lightning back on the track. Gets a completion of her scoring run, grabbing 4 points for the Sonics. Connected hard with a double tap forward of the back by Iron Torture. And coming in just a little too early. It's a track cut penalty for Grace Lightning. She's going to the smoke pit, but so is Trauma Queen. 1 jammer followed by 1 jammer. Means for a very short duration, there's no jammer on the track. And that changes as Grace Lightning was released. But final points going up for both jammers. 2 for the Vigilantes, 3 for the Sonics. But this new jam going to be starting out with a power start for Oakland County Supersonics. Only jammer on the track, Oprah Spin Free. Trauma Queen standing in the smoke pit. And she's got less than 10 seconds remaining. And we only have a 19-point game with less than 2 minutes remaining on the scoreboard. Oprah Spin Free cleared through the back first. Lead jammer going to the Supersonics. Trauma Queen pushing through as well, though. She clears her initial pass for the Vigilantes. Back slowly making its way around turn 2. Oprah going for it, but hands on it. She's coming off the jam. Taking a quick 4 points. Back to the bench for the Sonics. Looks like we got less than 1 minute before halftime. Just a reminder, we could go the full 2 minutes. We might be on jam time. But this potentially could be our final jam of the first period. And before we get to it, we have an official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by Work and Personal Training. Leave your excuses at the door. Work and Personal Training of Clarkston, Michigan. One of our awesome silver sponsors for Oakland County Roller Derby. It does appear our jam timer is going to confer with the scoreboard, make sure that the time being represented on the scoreboard is as accurate as possible. Score stands right now with 62 for the Vigilantes, 85 for the Supersonics. And it looks like we do have a correction, 50 seconds remaining in the first period. However, we could be on jam time and it could go upwards of 2 minutes. New jam to get underway with 5-on-5. Chunky Custom Monkey jamming for the Vigilantes. Nita Kachapa jamming for the Supersonics. And a collision taking down 3 skaters right off the bat is enough for Nita Kachapa. She gets through the back first. Lead jammer going to the Supersonics. Chunky Custom Monkey does clear her initial pass as well. As the pack now moves its way around turn 2 into the outside straightaway. Nita going forward. 1 to beat upset, forward on the back. And she does clear through for 4 points for the Supersonics. But it does look like upset for Vigilantes is getting a penalty. She's going to the smoke pit. As Chunky Custom Monkey now clearing through for 4 points for the Vigilantes as well. Nita pushing forward. She's got one to beat. Cinnamon Challenge trying to push her around. But that pack spreads out. Cinnamon Challenge has to let her go. It's going to be 4 points for the Sonics. Hands going on hips. Nita Kachapa calls off the jam. Time is ticking down in the first period. We'll see if we get another jam or not. It does appear that Oakland is attempting to call a timeout. We'll see if it gets there in time. And that whistle from the head referee means it did not get there in time. And we are going to be going to halftime now, Derby fans.